Saturday night online exclusive. Say hello to the camera, Mr. Steve Aoki. What up, dude?
Hey, what's up?
So, man, the founder, the Dim Mak, the man who throws these insane parties. It's a lifestyle, dude. How did the idea? Where did the concept come from, bro?
You know what? Like everything, it starts small.
Yeah.
You know, like we started throwing Dim Mak parties in '03 in a bar. You know,
really?
It was like 80 people.
Oh, word.
And I don't know if you can say cuss words, but it was, fut.
Yeah. It was ucking cool.
Fucking awesome. That was the name of the party.
Oh, word.
So freaking awesome, whatever, and then it just grew slowly and surely, and then my DJing, like I was throwing parties and I wasn't really a DJ. I was DJing and I was learning.
And that's what I heard, that like one of the first ones was you showed up to the gig with like one turntable, dude. Come on. Who does that?
Well, the first time I DJed, I was DJing in a bar where people were actually sitting, drinking beer. Okay, and I was not playing like dance or hip hop records. I was playing hardcore, screaming hardcore records. Because I come from the hardcore background, so I'm playing like. People are drinking their beers like, this is horrible. Again, I'm like, I don't give. Like they told me I could DJ and I could do for free. I could play these records like this, So I came from that, and then gradually evolved into becoming an actual DJ over the course of like 5 years.
Well, one of the things that I want to get into is the growth, is the natural progression, is the fact that you have become a part of this movement and what has become such a pop culture thing. And it starts back with, and I want to say, man, one of the truest, one of the most amazing DJs to ever step behind a couple of turntables and really transcend the game with our lost buddy Adam, man. With AM, for him to be that guy, DJ AM, to take you under his wing and for you to learn the craft and to be able to grow as a DJ under his tutelage. What did it mean for you, bro?
It was a big deal because AM at the time, he was at the peak.
Yeah.
He was the king of DJs in American pop culture.
For sure.
So when he came, like he saw my parties, he saw like what we're doing with electro and like all this new buzzing, underground stuff, and he was so excited about it because he was doing like all like, okay, I'll do Lindsay Lohan's birthday party to like Leonardo DiCaprio's, then I'll play in Vegas, and he's just like doing all like big celebrity stuff, and then he saw like what we're doing in our underground spot at Dim Mak, and then we just bonded immediately. And then I was like, can you teach me how to do some scratching and how to like, he taught me like more like the philosophy of a DJ and the ethos and all that. And then we started this party together. And then we started hanging out all the time. He was, he became my best friend.
Yeah, dude. And where do you think music would be? Where do you think the craft of DJing would be without someone as amazing behind the decks as him? I mean, when it comes to Final Scratch and Serato and the things that some of the people listening to this interview now really knowing about the culture, he took that stuff and was the first to do the mashups, was the first to get behind the quick mix, theology of it, man.
Absolutely.
How do you think that he would have adapted to the game now and the way that it's grown so much with all the recent technology?
He's a pioneer of anything. Whenever he's involved in any craft, he always wants to do something innovative, something that no one's done before. So if he was in the game now, who knows what he'd do? Because he's the one coming up with the ideas.
Yeah,
he's the one that's mashing up like Elton John with Justice somehow, and you're like, holy,
yes.
Like before Girl Talk, it was AM.
Yep.
It's like too many DJs in Europe and AM. And AM was like doing that with vinyl.
With vinyl, dude.
With vinyl.
With stickers on the on the actual label.
And that's when we would do like training sessions, we wouldn't do it on Serato, we'd do it on vinyl.
Man, dude.
Like if you want to properly learn how to scratch, you got to do it properly first, and then you could go to Serato. And I was very fortunate to be amongst his friends and circle and actually learn a lot about just life.
For sure.
He's my life coach in a way, in a lot of ways.
Well, let's talk about your thumb and your thumbprint on the culture now, man. With going out and entertaining, it's so much more than just playing music, and you've admitted to that you go out there and you put on a show, dude. On a scale of like 1 to 3,000, how many calories do you think you burn on a set, bro? Because it just seems like you have the most insane workout regimen than anybody in the world.
I've told everyone that I have to be the sweatiest DJ on the planet. Like I'm like literally off the stage, and my pants are soaking wet. They're dripping.
Oh, dude.
And my shirt is disgusting. So like I always end up throwing it out in the crowd. I'm like, whoever catches is the most unluckiest person in the whole room because it is grossly wet. Like I'm just like shaking my head, like after you get out of the shower. Like,
for sure.
Yeah, for you,
See, for me it's different. I'm bald. I know what you're talking
when you get
about.
out of the
though.
shower, you're like this. You do that. It's just like water all over the walls and stuff. That's what it's like after a shower.
By the way, I want to ask you though, because see, as a dude with no hair, and I know when I try to, I try to do some stuff that like girlfriends do. I don't have the head. When you grew the hair, did you have to learn how to do the neck whip to get the? Because I have no clue how it goes, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you have to. You have to figure this out. It's kind of comes naturally,
Oh man, let's talk about some of these collaborations, dude. Linkin Park, man. You knew Shinoda for a while, but then you guys kind of like hooked up through Twitter,
right?
And all of a sudden, it's like,
Yeah.
let's work on some stuff together. And here comes this song. The advancement of technology, the fact that you can be so connected with 140 characters to anybody,
Right.
dude. How cool was it to see that kind of relationship form off of a couple of taps on an iPad?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my collaborations form that way. Like my collab with Tiesto way back when we started talking over Twitter.
Wow.
I mean, a lot of this thing is like you follow people that you respect or that you like, and that you're inspired by, or whatever you want to work with, and they start following you back. It's like, okay, then you can have some sort of like quick conversations that can lead to
Get to the point, you know what I mean? And next thing you know, that person believes that you really are, you're not, blowing smoke. You're just really like, hey, let's work together. Let's make this thing, blossom.
Exactly, yeah. And then we went to emails, and then, obviously like, we talked about this, But, that's, I mean, that was one of my favorite collaborations I've ever done in my career, working with Linkin Park.
Well, just not only is that the freaking awesome song, but then another thing that I don't know if you do this purposely or if but you create these records, production value on it is like, this is what a DJ has in his crate marked, I need to play this to get the damn party started. Like, those are your songs,
Thank you
dude.
very much.
Starting with, dude, No Beef with, with Afrojack to now do Boneless. Like, I don't know if that was purpose. Like, that was like, you guys were like, this is the damn song that every DJ at 12:43, when they need to turn this thing up another notch. Turbulence was already there.
Yeah, right.
But then you took this next track, another step.
Right.
Is that a conscious effort? Is it you just get into the studio and you guys just bond, you have some fun, and this is what just kind of comes out?
It's strange with that record. Me and Chris started that record, I'd say even 2 years ago.
Wow.
So I mean the same with No Beef. Like before we put it out, me and Afro did that record maybe a year and a half before it came out. So it's like the idea is to not think about what's like current, but to think about first of all, you think how it's going to be effective in your set, but you want to make a timeless record. You want to make something that the sound design or the pattern or the rhythm or the melody is going to be beyond a trend that's happening right now.
What you're doing basically musically then is like creating a Disney movie or like a Pixar flick. They have to start it in like 1975 in order for us to get Toy Story 3. So like your songs, bro, you're starting this stuff like back in the day knowing that in 3 years it's going to be something that's going to withstand the test of time.
Of course, as you produce these songs, you have to adapt to them.
Yep.
And sometimes, I have one song on Wonderland, my last album, where the first incarnation of the record, the first melody was written in 2007, and my album came out in 2012. So it took probably about 80 different versions to get to where it was.
Yeah.
To make it new, to advance your kicks and change your design, your patches, your presets, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But you always have to work at your craft. That's the tireless effort of being a producer or songwriter, is that you can always make it better.
Dude, well, what we do here with Saturday Night Online is we let the fans ask the questions. We tweet it out, Facebook out, let everybody know that we're going to be talking with you. Off of Twitter at Tangerine_Dream43. And she wants to know, what's your most memorable caking? For those that don't know, the cake to the face is something that you kind of invented, created. But where was that one time where you threw a cake at somebody and you were like, I can't forget this ever. It's stuck in my brain.
Okay. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is memorable people I've caked.
Yes.
Because those are always exciting. Where you're like, wow, you caked him or her. But I think probably the most outstanding, epic cakings that I've ever done was actually documented, luckily. Because, you do something and you're like, oh, was there a camera to capture the moment? Well, in this case, the kid's brother was behind him filming, so he has like the perfect angle. And it was an 80-foot cake toss that I did in Toronto at Veld Festival. And everyone picked up this kid that was in a wheelchair.
I was hoping you were going to tell. I wanted you to tell this story. That is so epic that you're speaking about this one.
Yeah. So anyways, like I'm looking out there and I'm standing up on my DJ booth, which is also on top of the stage.
Yeah, you're about
I'm really
28 feet already.
I'm really high. And I'm looking out at the crowd. I'm pointing at people, looking around, and I see like all these cake signs. Cake me if you can. This and the other. Hot girls with signs, dudes, like 3 dudes on his shoulder. But then like there's like 15 people on this kid in the wheelchair, and he's just going nuts, raging his face off. And everyone's screaming. I was like, oh, if I can get this kid, it would be like the most glorious moment ever. And I was like, okay, let's just aim. Let's just try this out.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I did it.
All right, Doc Gooden, you threw the strike right to that dude's dome piece, man.
Yeah,
I've
it
seen
was
the video.
like the perfect flip. Right, boom, smack on his face. I hung out with him after the show. We broed down. We had a bromance. It was awesome.
You gave him your sweaty shirt and everything.
I don't know. I couldn't do that to the kid.
Here's another one from area code 313. Arthur texted in the question. Hands down, best venue that you've been to where you're not working, where you just got to enjoy a party. Where was that at? City,
best
country,
venue.
state?
You know, I honestly, like, I have so much history in this club, and I know it's like it's my club.
Yeah.
But I've had so much history there, and we've been throwing Dimmock parties there for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Dimmock Studios in Hollywood, California. We've been doing a party there every single Tuesday, and I don't get a chance to go there as much as I have.
Yeah.
But I mean, I started there.
Yes.
And we've had Skrill there, Skrillex there. We've had Gaga there. You know, we've had like pop stars we've had Tomas Bengalta from Daft Punk on mass DJ set.
Wow.
We've had like incredible lineup, like secret guests that you would never believe. And it's like we're all like even like the celebrities will come to like the underground comes, and they all come, and it's small and it's
I would imagine
really,
it's family.
really authentic.
I'd imagine, like you said, it's family. It's a time for you to just enjoy the time with your family.
Right.
You know,
it's
and
our
that's the most
crew.
important
We're
way to
representing
party.
there all the time, and somehow in a very fickle club culture in Hollywood, we've survived for 10 years every week.
Dude, because it's family, dude. That's what it is.
Right.
This is from @Crystal_Blue Sky off of Twitter. What do you do when you're in the middle of a set and you have to go use the bathroom? I kind of wanted to know that too. Like, is that why the pants are wet? Come on, dude.
Well, like before now I sweat it all out.
Yeah, all right.
I'm not worried. I sweat everything out. So that's like the good thing. But back in the day when I used to drink and get like just, wasted and party and stuff, I would just pee right there in a cup. Like I'll be like, here's a DJ booth right here.
Magnum bottle of champagne.
And no one sees it, but I'm like, I got a bottle right down here. I'm like, yeah. I'm making sure it's not spilling. And then I'm like, oh, sweet. And I just put it back down on the ground.
You're done.
And I'm good to go. Well, there's been some stories.
Oh, man.
There's been some stories. Like there's one, one time I left it out here.
Oh.
And I don't want to tell you what happened.
Who did the reach? Somebody did the reach. Somebody did the reach and just.
Yeah, it was just like no. Oh God, no!
Scene off of Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, it's like you're like I still remember it to the day. I'm like, shit, that wasn't mine. Once they take the sip, you're like, that's not me. Don't do anything with the cup. Don't throw it, please. You just hope that you just don't look.
Yeah.
No eye contact.
No eye contact.
Yeah, that's very important.
Last question, and this is personally from me, man. The Aoki jump. It's another thing that's super world famous. You've documented on Instagram. You're on top of the jet doing it. Where did you land? I think that's the question. Everybody sees the jump when you're on top of the private jet, but what comes up must come down. Where did you land after that particular Aoki jump?
Well, I'll just first off by stating that every Aoki jump is bona fide, legitimate.
It's real.
It's all real.
Okay.
Nothing's photoshopped.
There's no Chris Angel.
There's no photoshopping.
You're in Vegas a lot.
Whatsoever.
You hang out with Chris Angel. There's
no like crop and then paste.
Right.
But yeah, that one, I'm a ninja. Yeah. I take my shoes off. I got my socks on. I land quietly on my toes as if no one even knew that I even jumped.
It's the art of Dimmock, dude.
Sometimes
One
I'll
touch.
jump off stuff, but if I'm on a jet, you can't be cracking the jet
You can't
and
be cracking
then
the G5,
dying
dude.
from that. So I'm like, we're always testing the safety of things first. You know?
Okay. And speaking of, lastly, jets, man, how awesome is it now that we don't have to turn off our iPads and phones before taking off? I don't know if you heard, but the FAA, they just said that now, starting like days ago, that you don't have to turn off your cell phone or your iPad or whatever device before you take off.
Thank God for that. I mean, like in Europe, I tour with this jet, so it's like I'm always like just on all like
dialed
18
in. You're
devices,
in the Matrix, bro.
Writing a song, you know, like as we're taking off or landing. No one says anything, and then you get on a commercial flight, like I don't understand why they continue this rule. Yeah. It's like
everybody's on anyway. With the iPhone, you go like this. You just hit the button real quick. It's off, but it's not off.
Right.
I'm still listening to my music.
I know.
If I'm out there doing my little weekend at Bernie's dance, and I got bonus in my earbuds, dude. I'm saying this. It's not off. But now, I want to say it's a true pleasure to talk to someone who I've been a fan of musically. You know, you just taken this party culture, and you've been taking just this EDM. Now that's become more mainstream, and you just really have been one of the pioneers of it, man. And for those that don't know, I mean, you've been in the game for a minute doing it all, like you just explained to us today. And congratulations on allowing us to be a part of this growing culture, allowing us to escape reality for however many hours we're at a show, whether it's Vegas, whether it's New York, whether it's Ibiza, wherever you're at, man. I mean, you do it like, God, man, like it's your passion, and getting to meet you and speak to you. It's true that's what it is, man. So thanks for letting us hit your ride, bro.
Much.
It means the world. Ladies and gentlemen, in studio, once again, shout out to Steve Aoki. Give him a round of applause. The SaturdayNightOnline.com exclusive. You the best.
Ready?